Okay, well, Admiral Rehash here doesn't offer much in the way of a stage or a boss fight. This level is a good example of what I was saying in the last segment, which is sometimes the level design can fall a little flat when you look at it. There are long stretches in this stage where there's absolutely nothing happening and X isn't actually moving at all, which I suppose is fine, except there's also no enemies to keep you busy. The whole thing feels pretty empty, except for the first and last areas, which feel overcrowded. For the purposes of this challenge, though, I bloody well love the empty stretches because the rest of the stage is a complete pain in the ass to pull off. It starts off fun with Xtreme speeding up the bomb timers and also adding way more enemies. There's very little room for error blowing these things up, and the combo of being reserved to the X-Buster and not being able to tank hits means you'd better move your shit along if you want to succeed. It picks up to a much higher degree on the final elevator climb, where the last bomb is nearly impossible to get to in the time that you're given, especially with all the restrictions that this challenge stacks against you. This stage brought back some uncomfortable memories of Slash Beast from X4, although it's not quite as nightmarish and it's also not quite as fun. Most of the details are semantics. It's the throwing them all together in one run successfully that becomes the issue. The one that I really want to talk about is that final bomb. There are 4 things that make that a complete stumper. The fact that there is no room to ninja your way through should you want to try. The fact that there is a Sigma virus, which, as we'll find out later, is almost impossible to avoid when you combine it with a cluster of enemies. The fact that these happen to be enemies that lance bombs, which makes your ability to dash over anyone almost moot. And also the fact that I'm a flatline shit-my-pants retard. The solution is offensively simple, and it's just to motor through everything. Assaulting the entire platform with small pellets is going to destroy all the crap in your way before it gets a chance to hurt you, and that includes the bomb. For some inexplicable reason, I convinced myself before even trying that there just wouldn't be enough time to do this before the bomb went off. So I spent embarrassing amounts of time trying to find ways to snake my way through the enemies and projectiles without taking a hit, which, looking back, I'm not even sure if that's possible. Coming up now is the Skiver boss fight, which pretty much shits on all your good memories from Storm Eagle. This fight is boring now, but it gets insanely boring when you have to refight him because level 96 fights take a hell of a lot of time, and there isn't a single attack this person can throw at you that's even remotely threatening. The entire first half is just repetition, and when the second half rolls around, even though you're never going to take a hit from him, it becomes almost as annoying as Izzy Glow because to speed things up, you obviously want to try to charge shots into him while he's in the middle of his charging pattern. But actually being able to get a hit on him while also avoiding the attack itself means you almost need, well, I was going to say sharp reflexes, but you almost need to just guess where he's going to come from, because you always have to be in a specific position, either very early in the charge or very soon after he passes you to actually be able to hit him. Next time for the last stages, which are Axel the Reds, Dark Dizzies, and Matrexes, which is probably the most awesome name in this damn thing, just because it couldn't have came out of any other mindset than the 90s, so I'll see you for those.